Seniors, most doctors will tell you that stiff, hardening arteries are just a normal part of aging, but new research suggests that your blood vessels do not have to age as fast as the rest of you. The truth is that arterial aging is driven less by the number of candles on your birthday cake and more by the specific nutrients flowing through your bloodstream every single day. Your arteries are living tissue capable of repair, relaxation, and rejuvenation, provided you feed them the specific pigments that act as signaling molecules to your vascular system. We have identified 4 specific color compounds found in nature that do not just nourish your body, but actively signal your endothelium to expand, relax, and resist the calcification that leads to heart trouble. These aren't rare supplements found in a specialized store. These are common, vibrant foods that you can find in any supermarket, but the secret lies in how you prepare them and the frequency with which you consume them. In this video, we are going to reveal the 4 colorful foods that help keep arteries feeling young after 70. And you need to pay close attention, because food number 1 acts as a hydraulic starter for your circulation, triggering measurable blood flow improvements to the brain within hours of consumption. Before we begin, tell us in the comments your age and where you are watching from. We read every response to understand our community better. Now, let's get started with something red that most seniors are eating completely wrong. Number 4, the vessel shield, cooked tomatoes. The 4th food on our list is one you likely have in your kitchen right now, but if you are eating it raw in a salad, you are missing nearly 80% of its artery protecting power. We're talking about tomatoes, specifically cooked tomatoes, which serve as the ultimate shield for the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, known as the endothelium. The magic ingredient here is lycopene, a powerful red pigment that gives tomatoes their vibrant color and acts as one of the most potent antioxidants for vascular health in the human body. However, in raw tomatoes, lycopene is tightly bound to the plant's cell walls, making it incredibly difficult for a senior digestive system to extract and absorb. This is why you must apply heat to unlock the vessel shield potential of this food. When you cook tomatoes, whether by stewing them, making a sauce, or roasting them into a paste, the heat breaks down the tough cellular matrix and changes the structure of the lycopene molecule into a form your body can easily use. This is biologically critical because oxidative stress is the primary enemy of aging arteries. As we age, free radicals attack the endothelium, creating microscopic injuries that your body tries to patch with cholesterol, leading to plaque buildup. Lycopene steps in to neutralize these free radicals before they can cause damage, effectively shielding the vessel wall from the inflammation that starts the hardening process. A landmark study published in the journal Neurology followed over 1,000 men aged 46 to 65 and found that those with the highest levels of lycopene in their blood had a 55% lower risk of stroke compared to those with the lowest levels. This reduction in stroke risk is a direct indicator of improved vascular health and reduced arterial blockage. For seniors specifically, this protection is vital because the endothelium naturally becomes more fragile after age 70. By consuming cooked tomatoes, you are essentially providing a daily reinforcement layer to this critical tissue. To get the maximum benefit, you must follow a specific preparation protocol. Always cook your tomatoes with a source of healthy fat, such as extra virgin olive oil. Lycopene is fat-soluble, meaning without the presence of fat, your body cannot absorb it, no matter how much you eat. Aim for at least 1/2 cup of cooked tomato products, such as marinara sauce or tomato paste, 3 to 4 times per week. Research suggests that the combination of heat and fat increases lycopene absorption by up to 400% compared to raw tomatoes. This simple dietary adjustment turns a common ingredient into a medical-grade defense system for your circulatory health. But while tomatoes protect the lining, the next food on our list actively works to make stiff arteries flexible again. Before we continue, smash that like button and subscribe right now. Don't miss the life-changing tips still ahead. Number 3, the elasticity booster, wild blueberries. The 3rd food is a small dark berry that acts as a potent relaxant for stiff, aging blood vessels. As we cross the age of 70, one of the most significant changes in our cardiovascular system is the loss of arterial elasticity. Your arteries are designed to expand and contract with every heartbeat, a process called vasodilation, but over time they can become rigid, forcing your heart to pump harder and raising your systolic blood pressure. This is where wild blueberries come in, serving as the elasticity booster your vascular system desperately needs. These berries are rich in deep blue and purple pigments called anthocyanins, which are not just colors, but bioactive compounds that directly influence the flexibility of your arterial walls. Clinical research has shown that these specific anthocyanins improve endothelial function by signaling the smooth muscle cells around your arteries to relax. A study published in the journals of gerontology examined the effects of daily wild blueberry consumption on healthy older adults. The researchers found that consuming the equivalent of 1 cup of fresh wild blueberries daily led to a sustained improvement in flow-mediated dilation. Flow-mediated dilation is the gold standard measurement of how well an artery can widen when blood flow increases. In the study, the participants saw an improvement of up to 2.3% in this metric within just 1 month. While that number might sound small, in the world of vascular medicine, every 1% improvement in flow-mediated dilation correlates with a roughly 10 to 12% reduction in cardiovascular risk. This means that simply eating these berries can functionally rejuvenate your arteries, making them behave like those of a younger person. It is important to distinguish between cultivated blueberries and wild blueberries. Wild blueberries are smaller, more compact, and have a much higher skin-to-pulp ratio than the large, plump berries you often find in the produce section. Since the anthocyanins are concentrated in the skin, wild blueberries contain nearly twice the antioxidant capacity of their cultivated cousins. This higher concentration is crucial for seniors because absorption efficiency naturally declines with age, so you need a more potent source to achieve the same physiological effect. The protocol for using wild blueberries to boost arterial elasticity is straightforward but requires consistency. You should aim for 1 cup of wild blueberries every single day. Frozen wild blueberries are often the best option because they are harvested at peak ripeness and flash frozen, locking in the anthocyanins that can degrade in fresh berries sitting on a shelf. You can blend them into a smoothie, stir them into oatmeal, or even eat them slightly thawed as a cold treat. The key mechanism here is the continuous supply of anthocyanins to your bloodstream. Unlike some nutrients that are stored in the body, these pigments are water-soluble and cleared relatively quickly, which is why daily consumption is necessary to maintain that state of vascular relaxation. By keeping your arteries flexible, you reduce the mechanical stress on your heart and lower the risk of developing hypertension-related complications. But flexibility is only part of the equation, because you also need to prevent your arteries from turning into bone. Number 2. The calcification guard, dark leafy greens. The second food on our list addresses one of the most feared aspects of aging blood vessels, which is the physical hardening or calcification of the arteries. Many seniors worry about calcium buildup, and for good reason, as calcium belongs in your bones, not in the soft tissues of your blood vessels. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard serve as the calcification guard by providing high levels of vitamin K1 and dietary nitrates. Most people know greens are healthy, but few understand the specific biochemical role they play in directing calcium traffic within the body. Vitamin K is essential for activating a protein called matrix protein, which acts as a powerful inhibitor of arterial calcification. Without sufficient vitamin K, this protein remains inactive, allowing calcium to drift out of the bloodstream and deposit itself into the arterial walls, turning them rigid and brittle. For a person over 70, this process of calcification can significantly increase the stiffness of the aorta and other major vessels. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition analyzing data from over 50,000 participants found that those with the highest intake of vitamin K had a significantly lower risk of hospitalization related to atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. This suggests that a diet rich in greens essentially helps keep the calcium in your bones where it strengthens your skeleton, rather than in your arteries where it causes damage. But the benefits of dark leafy greens go beyond just calcium management. These vegetables are also packed with dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a critical gas molecule that signals your blood vessels to dilate, improving circulation to your extremities and your brain. However, the efficiency of this conversion process relies on the specific type of greens you choose and how you eat them. Darker, tougher greens like kale and collards generally contain higher concentrations of these protective nutrients than lighter greens like iceberg lettuce. To maximize the calcification guard effect, you need to consume a substantial volume of these greens daily. The target is 2 cups of raw greens or 1 cup of cooked greens every day. Just like with tomatoes, vitamin K is fat-soluble, so eating a dry salad is a wasted opportunity. You must pair your greens with a source of healthy fat, such as avocado, nuts, or olive oil, to ensure that the vitamin K is absorbed into your bloodstream where it can do its work. Cooking greens like spinach and chard also helps reduce their oxalate content, which can be beneficial for those prone to kidney stones, while concentrating the vitamin K per serving. By making dark leafy greens a non-negotiable part of your daily diet, you are actively employing a chemical defense system that prevents your flexible blood vessels from turning into rigid pipes. This structural protection is essential for long-term health, but our number one food offers an immediate hemodynamic change that you can actually feel. Number 1. The pressure release, beetroot. The number one food for keeping arteries young is the deep red, earthy root vegetable known as beetroot. Beetroot earns the title of the pressure release because it contains the highest concentration of therapeutic nitrates found in the plant kingdom, along with unique pigments called betalains. When you consume beets, a fascinating physiological chain reaction occurs that begins the moment the food enters your mouth. Bacteria living on the surface of your tongue convert the nitrates in the beets into nitrate, which is then swallowed and converted by your stomach acid into nitric oxide. This nitric oxide floods your system and acts as a potent vasodilator, signaling the smooth muscles surrounding your arteries to relax almost immediately. This effect is so powerful that it works like a natural hydraulic release valve for your circulatory system. For seniors, this is incredibly significant because it directly combats age-related hypertension and reduced oxygen delivery. Research specifically conducted on older adults has demonstrated that drinking beet juice can increase blood flow to the frontal lobe of the brain, the area responsible for focus, decision-making, and working memory. This means that beetroot doesn't just help your heart. It actively supports cognitive health by ensuring your brain cells receive the oxygen and glucose they need to function optimally. Furthermore, a meta-analysis of randomized controlled trials showed that beetroot juice supplementation was associated with a significant reduction in systolic blood pressure, often within just a few hours of consumption. This acute response makes beetroot unique among the foods on this list because while the others build health over weeks and months, beets can alter your physiology in a single afternoon. However, there is a critical catch to unlocking this benefit that most seniors overlook. Because the conversion of nitrates begins in the mouth, using strong antiseptic mouthwash can kill the beneficial bacteria needed for this process. If you use antibacterial mouthwash daily, you may completely block the cardiovascular benefits of eating beets. To use beetroot effectively as a pressure release, you should aim to consume it regularly, either as whole roasted beets or as a concentrated juice. The therapeutic dose used in many successful studies is approximately 1 cup of beet juice or 2 medium-sized roasted beets. If you choose to roast them, avoid boiling them in water, as the water-soluble nitrates will leach out into the cooking liquid and be lost. Roasting or steaming preserves the nutrient integrity. You can also grate raw beets into salads for a crunchy texture that retains 100% of the nitrates. The deep red betalain pigments also function as powerful anti-inflammatory agents, further reducing the oxidative stress that stiffens arteries over time. By integrating beetroot into your diet, you are utilizing the most effective natural tool available to rapidly improve blood flow and reduce arterial pressure. The science is clear that arteries do not have to stiffen and fail simply because we age. By strategically including cooked tomatoes, wild blueberries, dark leafy greens, and beetroot in your diet, you are providing your body with the molecular tools it needs to maintain vascular youth. You are not just eating food, You are consuming information that tells your endothelium to repair, your smooth muscles to relax, and your blood to flow freely. Imagine waking up knowing that with every meal, you are actively reversing the clock on your cardiovascular system and protecting your brain from decline. This level of control over your health is empowering and entirely within your reach. The colors on your plate are the defenders of your circulation, and prioritizing them is the single most effective investment you can make for your longevity. Start today by adding just one of these foods to your next meal and feel the difference in your energy and vitality. So, which of these colorful vascular superfoods will you add to your grocery list first? Tell us in the comments below, and if you found this information helpful, please share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. Thank you for watching.